Hi, this is Billy Bean here today with the U.S. News Flash. Just a few minutes ago, the U.S. government seized a plane of President Maduro of Venezuela, who apparently has been activating Venezuelan gangs inside the U.S. to take over U.S. infrastructure. More to come. So today's date is September the 2nd, 2024, time about 1 p.m. in Texas. So we'll begin first with the tropics because Texas currently is experiencing a little tropical system, and by Friday we could have a second tropical system in the Gulf of Mexico. So we have currently a tropical depression right off the coast of Texas and Louisiana, bringing heavy rain. We understand Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, and so on. And it has today a 10% in the next 48 hours, 10% chance of development. In the next 7 days, 10% chance of development. But it's predicted now by the National Hurricane Center to move inland into Texas and Louisiana tomorrow. And we can expect heavy rains affecting Texas, Oklahoma, and Louisiana for the next week. Now, we have this second system that has a 0% chance of intensifying in the next 48 hours, but in the next 7 days, 40%. This is the one that's being predicted now to be in the Gulf of Mexico by Friday. So we'll definitely have to keep track of that. We have a third system coming off of Africa, 10% chance of development in 48 hours and 40% chance in the next 7 days. So we see the tropics getting busy. And on Suspicious Observer's site, he had a white paper talking about the next solar cycle 26, bringing minor cooling to the Earth, and does not portend to bring about a major ice age. So that's good news. And now we have this breaking news from Hal Turner that just came out a few minutes ago. I've been reporting in my last few videos about Venezuelan gangs taking over apartment complexes in Colorado, which the Governor Palas of Colorado denies, says it's a figment of your imagination, but the law enforcement of Colorado are actively addressing it. Now, just a few minutes ago, so we've got Florida. This is not California, this is Florida, Cuba, and then another island, half of which is Haiti, second half Dominican Republic. Just a few minutes ago, the U.S. government seized President Maduro of Venezuela's plane located in the Dominican Republic and have flown it to Florida. The only information we have now that the U.S. government did this because President Maduro has violated U.S. sanctions. Could those sanctions include activating Venezuelan gangs inside the U.S. against American citizens? Now, we're hearing a lot of rumors about Hell's Angels coalescing from all over the U.S. into Colorado to address the Venezuelan gangs. Yesterday, in an interview by David Nino Rodriguez, Ron Partain of Untold History said the only thing he could think that would motivate Hell's Angels to address the Venezuelan gangs in Colorado, Aurora, Colorado, is because the Venezuelan gangs had transgressed either a Hell's Angel member or some of their family or friends. Now, currently, the multiple sources I checked, some say yes, the Hells Angels is going to Colorado. And many say no, they can't verify it. So that's going on. And we have this from JWTV. He brought out a very interesting video. I'll link for you. Going back to March 5 of 2024, Colonel Douglas Macgregor, retired Army colonel, was interviewed by Tucker Carlson, talking about the Dems enabling illegals and terrorists into the U.S. to oppose American citizens who disagree with the government or in the government's handling of the COVID incident. And we have this. JWTV had found on a government website that list of American citizens are being made by the government, including Christians, patriots, and so on, for a roundup by possibly the illegals and terrorists the evil and corrupt Dem government has been bringing into the U.S. since 2021, and most recently we saw in the last few days that President Maduro of Venezuela has activated Venezuelan gangs inside the U.S. to begin attacking U.S. infrastructure. And so it's going. And now we have this. March 1, 2024, there was a multiple training exercise, including the U.S. military, National Guard, law enforcement, government agencies such as Homeland Security and FEMA, and this is new, private mercenaries hired by the U.S. government, with the objective being to put down civil unrest by American citizens. And it's believed the National Guard will transfer refugees, illegals, to get them away from hotspots inside the U.S. when there may be pushback by American citizens. And the UN, I've reported several months ago that the UN is in the process of moving out of the U.S. Currently, their major location is in New York City, where we currently see the U.S. military coalescing around a courthouse that may have President Trump, see President Trump arrested September 18. But the UN is moving out of New York City, and for the past several months, much of their logistical groups have been moved to Kenya and Laos. And JW brings out August of 2024, finish the physical move. They're finishing this past month. The UN is finishing their logistical planning. The physical moves will be finished by March to September of 2025, but they've been going on for months. Now, also, a U.S. general warns about war with China by 2025 and references the thousands of the CCP military currently inside the U.S. So that's going on. And now we have this. Law Enforcement Today publication says that in California, illegals twice this week have tried to take over school buses. That happened in Jamul, California. So in Jamul, California, illegals have tried to take over school buses loaded with children today. So we have multiple law enforcement groups involved. California State Patrol, the Sheriff's Office of San Diego County, and the U.S. Border Patrol. The school district has said to bus drivers, if you see illegals, don't make the stop. So we see a move by illegals to endanger directly our children. And now from the Hill, this is going on. A quote from President Trump that came out in a recent interview President Trump made on Fox News. I'd like to think that God thinks I'm going to straighten out our country. And President Trump states that he believes God saved him during that recent assassination attempt. And now from multiple friends on my Facebook say President Trump underestimated in 2016, shot in 2024. I don't know why this guy keeps fighting for us, but I'm glad he does. This concludes my flash. I love you, and I'll see you soon.